maybe a war or something is what is needed for us to wake up and get back to common sense and valuing traditional common sense values like family. Hi guys.
This is pretty much been explained.
Jonathon Daily. So what are luxury beliefs? So I'm going to give you the ChatGPT definition of luxury beliefs and then give you my take on it. So the phrase luxury beliefs was coined by Rob Henderson, a writer and commentator with a background in psychology and social commentary. Henderson describes luxury beliefs as ideas or opinions that confer status on the upper class while often inflicting costs on the lower class. He first introduced the concept in essays and talks around 2019, framing it as the modern equivalent of luxury goods. Once material status symbols become more widely accessible, elites shifted to signaling status through beliefs and values instead. You know what we're getting at here now at this point. So here are some examples of luxury beliefs. These are signals status of the elites, a lot of times left-leaning elites in our society that have to say these things because it's what gives them a lot of likes on social media and gives them, virtue signaling, but it's not usually things that they actually live by. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But here are some examples of luxury beliefs, especially in the West, that we hear a lot of today. Number 1, marriage is outdated. Family doesn't matter as much. Number 2, all lifestyles are equally valid. Number 3, defunding the police. Open borders. Traditional success markers are oppressive. So if you're successful, you're an oppressor. So these are some examples, and let's go through these a little more in detail. So how does it make sense? Marriage is outdated. Family doesn't matter as much anymore. Wealthy, educated people often do marry and raise children in a stable household. Yet, this is what I'm talking about. They practice something else. These elites, these successful people that are preaching these things. Whereas if you actually go look at their homes, often they believe in marriage. They stay married. They stay in these stable households and raise children to be successful and don't have them sucked into social media all the time. Limit their screen time, which you should do if you have kids out there. Please do. For lower income groups, unstable family structures are linked with more hardships, so this belief has unequal consequences. And plus, people that are elite can say these things because they have money. If they get divorced, it's no big deal. They've got millions of dollars to still subsidize their lifestyle. Here's a big one. All lifestyles are equally valid. Among elites, advocating radical individualism signals open-mindedness, but those who lack financial and social buffers may face higher risks when embracing unstable or chaotic lifestyles, right? So I forget who it was. There is an actress who has now become an actor. So there are some liberal elite, Hollywood type elites that do actually practice what they preach, and they've done this, but they can afford to do it because they have the means. They have the financial means. And those who don't, for instance, in the trans community, if you don't have a lot of money, you can't really afford to become trans, to transition. You're going to spend every dime you have on the surgery, and then you're stuck with no money, and you're stuck hating your life, hating your decisions. Obviously, you already had a mental disorder to begin with, and after getting surgery, it's not going to be much better, and you're going to hate everyone, and you're going to hate people that tell you did the wrong thing, and that's how you end up with radicalism and just so much hatred and just hating everyone, because when you destroy who God made you to be, you destroy your identity, and that is how the devil gets his grip on you 100%. If you don't know who you are, if you don't have an identity, the identity that God gave you, then you have nothing, and you will hate everyone, hate yourself, and you will be an evil person because the devil will get a grip on you. So I think we're seeing a lot of that. But just think about it in a very commonsensical terms as far as these luxury beliefs go. If our society wasn't so successful and our economy so vibrant and successful as it is today, people wouldn't have the time to sit here and whine about whether women can be men or men can be women, or you can identify as a cat. We wouldn't be able to do that because you're too busy busting your ass just to survive out there. Do you see these third world countries having huge debates about transgenderism or who can identify as a toaster? No, because they're busy just trying to get fresh water. Unfortunately, maybe a war or something is what is needed for us to wake up and get back to common sense and valuing traditional common sense values like family. What was family designed to do? Family was designed to create a structure and order, a safety net, a financial secure party entity together. And I'm going to get more into this later, but if you have that, that's still the general rule for marriage, is why people do it and why it's for that security. But if you don't have God in the marriage, if you do not have that factor, it still will eventually fall apart. I'm going to talk about more of that later, but that's my take on luxury beliefs. We had luxury materials, right? But now we've transcended that. We are in this sphere now of luxury beliefs. Who has the time to go out and protest this stuff all the time? We do in America, because we're so blessed, and you can live off of just a part-time job apparently and can go advocate and protest the rest of the time and talk about all these luxury beliefs that, oh, abortion is such a great thing to do and family is unnecessary and it's a tie down, it's a prison, and you can be a toaster if you want to be. It's just ridiculous. But that's luxury beliefs. Rob Henderson hits it right on the head with that. So luxury beliefs is something that, hey, if we have a big war and there's a giant recession, those luxury beliefs, all of a sudden, no one's going to hear about them. We're going to go back to it. We're going to revert back to a society that believes and values those things. You'll see.
For the latest in case updates, legal tips, news, and politics, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and our other socials, and above all, subscribe on YouTube to get your dose of excellence on a daily basis.